This is Off the Break Podcast, presented by Silver Screen Insider.
Welcome to Off the Break Podcast, your podcast dedicated to the current movie theater news, operations, and insights from the people that book the movies. Or don't, apparently, anymore. I'm Cody, and with me is Kyle and Ken.
Yikes.
Welcome everyone to Jason Momoa's favorite podcast.
Yeah. I wish. It would be Momoa happy hour all the time here.
Just trying to wake Cody up a little bit. It's Friday.
Thanks. Somewhere out there, Momoa is listening to us. He gets it.
In his heart.
In his heart.
He hears me and my cries.
He just felt this creepy twinge behind him that made the hair stand up on the back of his
Yeah,
neck.
he's like, what was that? Ugh. So, how are we doing?
Well, apparently, we're just not going to have a theatrical summer at all. Just no movies. Who thinks that the most lucrative time of the year should have movies in it?
Blasphemy.
I know. Let's not
Unimaginable.
release anything at all in summer this year. 2020 has been an awesome year so far, let me tell you.
Yeah, normally I don't buy into when people are like, oh, this year was the worst year ever. But 2020 is the rare exception where I'm like, it is definitely the worst year ever.
This is like seriously crazy bad across the board for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we took the grosses of the theaters we represent, and they did 1% of the business they did for the week of the 4th of July last year. Not 10, 1%, which is actually probably like a negative 12%. Yeah. Once you account for payroll and electricity, and it's just beyond brutal.
I was working at home the other day, and I had our website up, silverscreeninsider.com. You should go check it out. And we have a little ticker up the top that shows like the movies that are playing and like the amounts that they have made over like the weekend or whatever. And my girlfriend walks up behind me to see what I'm doing, and she looks at the ticker and she goes, "Aren't movies supposed to make more than that?" And I'm like, yes, honey, that's exactly what they're supposed to do.
Zootopia should never be number one.
Yeah.
It should never be like what, 0.2 million?
It's so bad
least.
because they're all supposed to be millions of dollars, so it's all 0.00 something.
Yeah.
Because we never accounted for it just being hundreds of dollars.
Never planned on that one.
Tens of hundreds of dollars.
And normally that just means the movie is bad and no one wanted to see it.
No.
Like even like a somewhat bad movie, you can get away with a couple million.
Right.
Different times.
It's never rarely been below $1 million.
Yeah.
So it broke our website ticker because it was just never set up to be this low and pathetic.
It's just going, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, you go on Box Office Mojo and look at their count for theater screens and what they're playing, and it's like, number one, 7 screens. A movie you've never heard of, $35 reported. Like, it's just like, what?
And you know they have to like write up reports on it, but it's like, what can you say?
Right.
Like no one's showing up because it's madness out there.
There's a poor Cody over at Box Office Mojo just pulling her hair out also.
Oh my gosh.
They're the ones like pulling apart the data because it's their job.
Or
but...
ComScore.
Yeah.
Like with the thousands of unreported bookings that are in there because people are getting either flat fees or no patrons.
Or no patrons are coming, which is used to be the odd thing to happen.
Yeah.
And now it's very common.
Yeah. I mean, they even asked us, like, can you give us a heads up when somebody is supposed to be reporting grosses? And we're like, we have hundreds of bookings. And some of them are flat fees, some of them aren't, and some of them the studios just don't want you to report. And then some of them should have grosses but don't because nobody's coming. And it's all over the board. And there's just no way.
And some theaters close midweek, open midweek.
Yeah. Sometimes the gross is only for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Or Saturday.
Friday.
Friday
or just Saturday.
Oh,
it's all madness, I tell you.
It is madness.
None of it matters.
Well, it's just crazy how all of our systems, our box office reporting system, our booking system, all of it is made for the industry the way it was. And this virus has not only just disrupted our industry, but completely broke our systems.
Yeah.
Just... So you're just really flying by the seat of your pants. You're just like, I'm making this up as I go.
Oh yeah, no one knows what they're doing, but they just got to do their job somehow. So they're all going by their own agendas at this point.
Yeah. So last week, Friday came and we had no real bad news. So I was like feeling very optimistic. I was like, this feels good. We're getting back to normal. And I, like an idiot, I was like, I'm going to be good. And I put in Tenets and Mulans, and I hadn't had them on my booking sheets. And I put them in as like, okay, we're going to reality is finally coming
14
back.
14 days
normal.
out from Unhinged, which was going to be the wave break.
Yeah. So this was not like I'm planning very far ahead. This is, I have to get these dates in so we can actually request Unhinged.
Submit, promote, do all the things we
have the time
normally do.
Yes. And I felt so good at the end. I took a couple hours to get it all in, cleaned out, what screens I wanted, PLFs, the whole thing. And so it took all my last Friday. That's one reason why we didn't have a podcast last week, because Kyle was gone at a wedding, and
Cody didn't want to talk to just me.
I didn't want to talk to my husband.
You guys spend enough time. I understand.
I didn't want to talk to my husband without a referee. So about our industry. So
How would you like to fight after the podcast?
Yeah.
Now that's a show we need to promote.
And then Monday comes in and I'm feeling good, and then the world just collapsed again. Then Warner's on a Monday announced that they were pulling Tenet.
And
on a Monday.
And not like with a new release date.
You gotta say spoiler alert or something. There may be some podcast very
we're beyond
people
spoiler
that
alerts.
are excited about podcasts, but don't use the internet, so to speak. Maybe they get it via cassette or something. Gotta be like, hey, we're about ready to drop the bomb on you guys.
At that point, then they would just be like, "What's Tenet?"
It's like ripping the Band-Aid off. It's just gonna happen. No more babying anybody anymore. No more spoiler alerts.
Even I'm saying no spoiler alerts.
Yeah, Tenet's gone. Then the dominoes fell. Then Unhinged was gone, and then Broken Hearts Gallery was gone, and then
Mulan was gone. And then what else came? Oh, Inception. Not that that was a big deal, but when it came out 10 years ago. It's
re-release was pulled. It was just there's like 4 or 5 films on Monday that were pulled, not rescheduled, just pulled indefinitely off the schedule. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, even more films have been pulled and shuffled and moved around. But so where did the dust settle? What's happened, guys? Where are we at?
List.
Got a
Buckle
list.
up.
I'll go down it. Tenet, completely removed from the schedule. We do not have a new date for that yet. Now, with that one, we're hearing that the rumblings is that they're going to have an international release, because theaters internationally are open across the board more than they are in the U.S. So they may have an international release, and then they're going to try to release it in the U.S. markets within 2 weeks of that international date. Because of piracy concerns, it has to be within a couple weeks. And so we're hoping, our hope, cross your fingers, is that they announce an international date at the end of August or close to the end of August, and that the U.S. date falls on Labor Day weekend, which would be good, because Quiet Place 2 moved out of that time. I think Quiet Place 2 was on.
I think so.
It was about that time.
Yeah.
But that's being super optimistic.
Super optimistic.
Super
we got to
optimistic.
get hope. We got to be hopeful.
That's
okay?
a cloud that's only made of silver linings. All right? There's no cloud inside of it. It's just the.
This is why I think secretly I'd be a Jedi and not a Sith, because I am eternally hopeful.
I mean,
Okay?
we found that out last week when you did all those Tenet dates, and now look what happened.
Yeah.
Everything collapsed.
I know. Then Mulan moved out of August 21st because Disney doesn't really want Mulan being the first one out of the gate. And I think China is a really important market for Mulan. And while they are open, they're very restricted. I mean, they've got silly restrictions. Like, you can't have a movie over 2 hours playing right now.
Yeah, which could cause issue to Tenet, because that's 120 minutes. Yeah.
Cause issue for art and artists as they're known.
True.
how many
But
movies have
you
you
also-
sat on?
I think they're also way limited capacity and no concession. So they're not quite fully reopened yet. So I think in light of that, Disney pulled Mulan and will reschedule at some point, probably not in August, probably in September, hopefully, maybe even October. Then Unhinged came out of July 31st because it, wanted to be the first one out, but it didn't want to be alone out there. And so
Still needs a hand to hold.
yeah, they still need a lot of these, keep in mind, still need a New York or LA market to be open.
Yeah.
And neither one of those are open right now.
Yeah.
So Unhinged is off indefinitely. Broken Hearts was then removed. Same kind of scenarios, that they're just waiting for Warner Brothers to set Tenet, and these will fall around after that. But I think they also want to see if Warner's does the international thing too, and see if that works or not. Then we got word just this morning, that Greenland moved from the 14th to September 25th. So Greenland's now off the schedule. Then, let's see, Bill and Ted, which was at the end of the month, is still on its September 1st release date. However, it's going to be day and date VOD now. So it doesn't get an exclusive theatrical run. It's going to be day and date VOD. Okay, so where are we at with other ones? Okay, then Quiet Place 2, we found out this week, decided to move out of September, off that Labor Day weekend, into April of 2021. So no Quiet Place 2 this year. And then Paramount also moved Top Gun Maverick
America
from Christmas of this year to July of 2021. And
America.
I'm hearing that has more to do with promotional issues and publicity issues with Tom Cruise filming other movies right now and not having the ability in his schedule to promote.
And it effectively moves it a year to the place it was supposed to be released at.
Yeah.
Originally, it's a summer movie.
Yeah, when they moved it to Christmas, I didn't think it was going to play great at Christmas, but I was still excited it was in this year, and it makes sense moving it to July.
Yeah.
Then the Aretha Franklin movie moved from Christmas of this year into just, I think, early January more in the award season time. And then Conjuring 3 moved from September 11th to June of 2021.
Yep.
That was a big move. And then Death on the Nile moved from October 9th to October 23rd. So not a huge move. We'll see if that stays. They may have post-production issues finishing up the film.
Yeah, which makes me wonder why they still want to keep the October dates. I wouldn't think there would be enough time. Even if theaters were all reopened by that October date, it still seems like a bit of a stretch.
I wonder if they just want to get through this 20th century product and get it out.
Yeah, and get it over with.
And done and be done with it, and then they can be Disney again.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right, because Disney moved Mulan and a bunch of the other stuff, but they didn't touch New Mutants.
That's true. Yeah.
And they're doing while Comic-Con, the San Diego Comic-Con this year is all online and digital, they are featuring some New Mutant stuff with it. So I'm wondering if that one may just stick.
That'll be interesting because they didn't announce any streaming dates or nothing.
No.
They didn't even mention their theatrical date, I don't think.
No.
It wouldn't be the worst sacrificial lamb to put out there to see what happens.
I mean, at this point, I want to see this thing, good or bad. So
I'll
throw it
I'll
out
watch
there.
anything you put in the theater.
Yeah, exactly.
Then the film The Empty Man moved from August 7th to December 4th of 2020. So that's not a bad move.
That's another 20th century product as well, I believe.
The Last Duel moved from December 25th to October 15th, 2021. And isn't The Last Duel have Ben Affleck, Matt Damon?
Yeah, it's directed by Ridley Scott.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be not a medieval, maybe a medieval times movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
But I think it's also written by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Matt Fleck.
They're back, baby. Coming 2021, hopefully. If the world doesn't collapse even more.
But then they'll save it.
Then the film Antlers, I think that's going to be Searchlight.
Yeah.
Is releasing February 19th, 2021. The French Dispatch, which is also Searchlight, is removed from the schedule, and I'm sure they're going to kind of come up with a place for that probably next year. Excuse me. Then The Personal History of David Copperfield moved from August 14th to August 28th. I don't think that August 28th is going to stick. Yeah, I'm not sure why they moved it a little ways. So I would be thinking that one would be on my list to move again.
I almost wonder if it's going to be a PVOD type release too.
It could be.
Yeah,
but
like they'll play it maybe in whatever areas take it, but then they'll just say forget it and
Disney
throw it out
tests
there.
the waters on it.
Yeah. That's the only reason why I could see them pushing it back just those 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll have to see.
He went through this giant list.
I have 2 more.
Surely they didn't touch anything like years and years out. They're just worried about like what's here and now.
Oh, no.
No, surely they haven't touched, I don't know. God, what's probably the longest ones you have out on the calendar that you've been given? Like, I mean, I'm talking about like Interstellar out there.
Oh, then definitely Star Wars and Avatar.
Avatar. So those are still sitting there exactly where they should be, years in advance, without any reason to mess with them or discuss them or talk about them on a podcast.
Oh, no. Guys, they all got pushed back.
You're kidding.
Exactly 1 year from their dates. Because didn't you know that when you alternate an Avatar with a Star Wars, an Avatar and a Star Wars, and then you have to push back all your normal dates a year, you've screwed up the Avatar, Star Wars, Avatar, Star Wars, and so you got to push them all back too.
God forbid.
Yeah.
God forbid we
'Cause we
wait
all
one more
needed
year
those.
for Avatar.
I don't care, James Cameron. I'm sorry. I don't
know.
care.
I know. I am worried about these Avatar movies because they are so far in the future now. And I have absolutely zero interest in them.
By the time Avatar 5 comes out, it will have been 20 years since the first Avatar movie came out.
I think it'll be more. It's been more than 10 now.
Or 20,
it may be
20
years until the Avatar 2 comes out. The way it's going.
I don't, why? Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's just, but anyway, yeah, Disney did push those back because those will always be changing their release dates and they'll never come out.
I know. I was like, why am I even changing these?
Yeah,
in
exactly.
the system. I'm like, I'm trying to be very thorough. I want to be on top of it, but I know I'm just going to change these again.
But weirdly enough, that's the one normal thing in this year 2020 that we're in is that Avatar's release dates changed again.
Yeah.
They got pushed back more. That's the one normal thing that came out of this year.
The one comfort blanket you have to go to is that
we'll never see Avatar 2.
I don't get it, but whatever. They're pushed back a year. That's fine.
Yeah. So we'll have an update on Silver Screen Insider with all of these changes. Also, check out our Facebook page. Kyle's been really good about posting announcements as we were getting these. So if you have questions or couldn't remember this or keep it straight, because trust me, it is confusing as heck.
I'm not even sure I
got
everything.
I know.
In this write-up.
We're going to have to do like another recap of these because it's just
delete the website and start over.
Yeah. Although we have updated them all. So if you do get download a new scoreboard on silverscreeninsider.com, you can they will be updated there.
For sure. Also, I did just remember I missed one. Antebellum from Lionsgate.
Oh, yeah.
No
Off.
release date now. It's off too.
Yeah. I knew there was one missing.
Speaking of deleting the website, has anybody tried like Control-Alt-Delete for the year of 2020?
Believe me, I've slammed the keyboard.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Multiple times. Nothing works.
I still want to miss it just in case.
Yeah.
Did we try turning
Forced
it
close
off and
this
turning
year.
it on again?
So what all this means, all these date changes, means that we're looking at the whole month of August potentially being another month of repertory. So here we go.
Yay.
Another 4 weeks of repertory product. But now we've gone through all the really good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And by really good stuff, I mean anything anybody could like recognize as a movie they may or may not want to watch. So I don't know what to tell people now. I don't have any new tricks up my sleeve for the bookings. We're just really scraping the barrel. I really think that moving forward, since Unhinged and Tenet and Mulan are just floating, they've not been permanently moved to a new date yet. I think take a wait and see approach. So what I've done is just committed to next week, the end of July, beginning of August, and just committed 1 week at a time until I know for sure when those dates are going to go. And then I'm just really encouraging theaters to start shutting down screens. I mean, if you opened with all your screens, maybe it's time to reel those back a little bit.
I would say start focusing a lot more on serving concessions, like whether it's pickup or, I don't know, delivery, or make an event of some kind with concessions, but within safe precautions, of course. But I would just say start focusing on that more.
Right. Now, I will say that IFC has kind of come to the rescue. They have a new film coming out each week of the month of August.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jasper and John at IFC.
Yeah. Thank you guys. I at least will have at least one new title. Now it is VOD day and date, but I'm hoping that when people see the newness of the title, they're not going to rush right out to their Rokus and Samsung smart TVs and be like, where can I find this? But they'll actually try the theater. So coming up is Summerland next week, followed by Made in Italy, then Sputnik, and Tesla.
And they also just released The Rental, right? James Franco's movie. I don't know if it's still playing in theaters at this point or not.
It is. No, it's
okay.
opening this Friday.
I was thinking last week for some reason.
Yeah, no, it's opening today.
Okay.
And so we'll have The Rental still on screen. So yeah, we'll have at least 2 to 3 screens with newer product, which is awesome. And I have committed to it as many places as I could.
And it looks like a lot of good, like, atmospheric type stuff to where it might suit better for, like, theaters or drive-ins anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So at least, like, you can make event out of, I don't know, unknown titles for your theater, whether it's just for, like, a day or not.
Right. No, I'm excited. The one I'm most excited for, to be honest with, is Made in Italy. It's got Liam Neeson in it and his real-life son, and they play father-son in the movie. And there's a lot of parallels, I think, to their real life situation where he had lost his wife and is a widower. And so that one just seems like really touching and maybe just a really good movie. It is rated R, is the only thing. But, people aren't really taking their kids out to the films right now. So it really is just adults going.
Yeah. I didn't know that was his son, actually. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. It's his real life son.
Oh, nice.
I don't know how to pronounce his name, though. Is it Mikhail?
Liam Neeson Jr.
Michael?
Actually, maybe he doesn't like that. I don't know. I don't know. I can't find it here, but
I'm going to let you guys just keep going. I'm enjoying the show here.
you're like, go on, guys.
Yeah.
Scraping the inside of their brains.
But no, I mean, it's really cool that even though IFC is still doing, like, day and date type stuff, like, at least they're willing to keep putting out their products in hopes to at least help theaters out.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this goes. So this is going to be kind of an experiment for the theaters playing this day and date VOD product. And I know that we at Silver Screen Insider are going to start marking. I think this is just going to be the new reality for a lot of smaller titles moving forward. And reality theaters have to contend that I think the long-term effects of COVID for the theaters that survive will be total destruction of the theatrical window. I think that you will not see 90 days anymore, and you'd be lucky not to see more day and date VODs. So we just got to keep on top of that and be aware of it, and you just got to go in knowing that this is also a day and date VOD film.
Isn't the 90-day window kind of a blessing in disguise, or am I misremembering something?
So the 90-day window was once it came out in theaters, there was a 90-day exclusive theatrical window before it went to DVD and rental.
Yeah.
And for the last few years, a lot of the film companies have been really trying to push that and trying to condense it, and so that they can go to DVD sooner, but now it's going to be going to streaming sooner. And so we're going to just have to contend with it being a lot more day and dating with that.
Yeah, new normal is about to come, and we'll see if it is still going to be fine, or
Yeah.
if there's going to be changes that we don't like.
Yeah. And,
Yeah,
you
all
know,
there is to it.
if you listen to our previous podcasts from the last 2 years, we have often talked about, well, what are the effects going to be of streaming? And we've always maintained that the effects are that it's not going to dramatically reshape our industry, and it's not going to, people are still going to go to the movie, but what you're going to see is this siphoning off of product from theaters. You're gonna see production now being, well, this movie is for streaming and this movie is for theaters, whereas before they would have all been for theaters.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see a certain quality of film just go directly to streaming, and I think how they're gonna get away with that a little bit is they're gonna say, well, it's available for theaters if you want it, but we're also doing streaming. And then so as theater owners, you just got to decide, is it worth it to play a day-and-date VOD film? On some films I think it can be, others probably not.
Yeah, I mean, Bill and Ted 3, maybe that's the exception. Maybe they'll work out in your favor.
Maybe that one will be fun event film that people will want to go out to the theater for because they remember going for the first one.
Maybe not in COVID times, but maybe in more normal-ish times, whenever that is, maybe that could have been in a theater's favor.
Well, seeing as how it's July and we've been dealing with COVID since February.
Yeah.
I don't know what normal is anymore.
Oh, I don't remember.
No.
Not at all.
It feels like it was last year.
It feels like this year was last year.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Are we not done with this year yet?
Like, there was so many things that happened earlier this year that I forgot about. Like the Super Bowl. Completely forgot that was this year. Felt like ages ago.
I keep thinking that summer's not started yet in some ways. I'm like, okay, well, when summer comes, because we went through May, June, and July without any new movies.
Hoping for the summer to start at some point, and now...
And now it's just not going to happen. And so I'm like, where did summer go?
And we live in a place that already barely has a summer.
Oh, yeah. No, we have 2.5 months of summer, so...
It's escaping.
Yeah, exactly. So what do we got for news items here anyway? What's happening?
They are making a Vanilla Ice biopic, and I am so freaking excited.
Is it going to be Academy Award winning Vanilla Ice biopic?
Dave Franco's going to shoot for that Academy Award.
I love the idea that they are going to go full on serious at this. They got Dave Franco.
Are they?
Yeah, they have to. He's not the funny one.
So I know
He's the funny looking one, but he's not the funny one.
He's a Franco brother.
Yeah.
They're all
so
funny looking,
Dave
aren't
Franco's
they?
going to play the villain.
He's going to play Vanilla
He's
Ice.
playing
Oh, he's playing
Who's
Vanilla
who's the
Ice.
villain? in
Vanilla
the
Oh, I was
Ice.
going to ask
biopic?
you. Oh,
That's why we write this
as
out ahead of time,
Vanilla
Cody.
Ice. I thought
He's not
it's
the
villain.
bad guy in a James Bond movie. The bad guy's name is Vanilla
who
Villain
is-
Ice.
I was like, who's Vanilla Ice's bad guy? In my mind.
His
the
bad guy, copyright laws.
Who's his arch enemy in
Queen?
this story? Yeah.
Vanilla Ice paternity tests are his downfall. His only weakness. I do love the idea that they can make a serious documentary, not a biopic, about such a crazy character and such a crazy time in the late 80s, early 90s. I would love if they played this completely straight.
I have to think they're either going to play it completely straight or they're going to go the disaster artist.
Oh, I was
route.
going to say, yeah.
Because there's no way there's an in-between, and one studio, whoever gets this project, is going to be like, no, this is serious. We're going to get that Academy Award for Dave Franco as Vanilla Ice. And maybe Dave Franco will do great. I don't know, but it's just something that I was not expecting to read in the news, and that's why we had to bring it up.
No, it's either going to be very good and very well done and very straight, or it's going to look like that Beach Bum, the Florida Man movie with Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking of it. Oh, if it's like that.
That's exactly what it's going to look
Oh my
like.
God,
If it's not like Bohemian Rhapsody, it's going to be the other side of that, where it shows him passing out on the beach with a seagull in his pants.
Man, I was thinking the other side of that could be the disaster artist, but forget that. Beach Bum is definitely the other side of that spectrum. Yeah, I love the weird pairings of casting announcements that we've been getting. I mean, 2 weeks ago was Momoa as Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah.
No one knows why it needs to happen, but it's going to happen and it's going to be amazing. However, it's done.
Actors need to work.
Actors need to work too.
And Tom Cruise is working overtime.
Yes, he is. He's currently working on a Mission Impossible movie. And then he'll be promoting Maverick. And then he'll be getting into space, the final frontier.
Yeah, we've talked
for
about
Tom Cruise.
We've talked about his space action movie for a while here. And the new rumblings about this is that Universal is wanting to get on board with this project. And Tom Cruise is making sure that no streaming service will get their hands on this project because he wants the full theater experience. And we'll see if Universal agrees to that or not.
Well, if that's the case, he should not go with Universal because Universal is trying very, very hard to destroy the theatrical experience right now.
Yep.
And I don't want to say it's Universal the company because they've been great with their repertory product, and it's not them. It's just their CEO right now.
Shout out to Jason and Lucy.
Yeah.
You guys are killing it.
They are doing so good. Repertory department, Universal is on point right now.
They get it. They get it. But yeah, so maybe Universal will grab this project. Maybe this space movie will actually happen, and we'll see what Universal handles.
After the debacle of The Mummy with Tom Cruise, I can't imagine that they want to operate back in bed with him.
That's a good point.
For a movie that's going to cost twice as much as The Mummy did.
Tom Cruise has to really be desperate if he doesn't want a streaming service and only Universal is coming to him. He must be like, all right, fine.
We're going to film this in outer space. And they're like, you get 6 hours.
They really...
And then you get back on that soundstage. I still can't believe this movie is becoming a thing. I thought this was a one and done story, and nope, they're still going through with it. And they're making it happen. So
Universal did spend a lot of money promoting The Mummy,
and look how that turned out.
Wisely spent, but
wisely spent. They've been doing better with the monster stuff.
Yeah, if this is going to be partnered with SpaceX, as long as in the movie they show the Tesla that Elon shot in outer space, like floating by at some point.
You know there's a cameo coming.
Cameo from the lone Tesla in outer space.
Yeah, exactly.
What the hell was that? It goes flying by.
These stories are so weird. What else we got? Anything else we got?
That's it.
Yeah?
Yep.
All right. So Cody, did you
No more.
No more?
I did not watch my movies, okay?
You did not watch your movie.
It has been crazy in my life, and I just don't think I have time for these movies.
She's been on a world record pace for binging trash TV, reality shows and such.
I might have some depression. I might be having some mental health issues.
You have a condition.
I have a condition. I'm over the reality TV. I definitely did go through a phase where I'm like, I want to watch Smothered again.
You just talked to me about that show like 2 weeks ago.
I'm over
what do you
it.
mean you're over it?
I'm finally over it. I got it out of my system.
2 weeks?
Yeah, because she finished it.
No, I didn't. I did not finish it. I swear. I did not finish it, but I got
one episode left.
6 episodes. I was like, I'm done. I'm done. It's out. But now I've gotten into
good movies.
Alone, which is the survivalist show.
All right.
Where people get dropped in the Alaskan wilderness or the Arctic wilderness, and they have to survive for an indefinite amount of time, just as long as they can survive till they tap out.
I feel like that's every other Discovery Channel show.
Yeah, before we end up in the woods, Kyle, what did you watch this week?
I was told to watch Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and I did.
All right.
I'm glad to hear. Yay. I'm glad you're holding up.
I come through.
This is just, we're going to get rid of Cody's classic corner and just Kyle will take the reins.
Because I always
I don't even know what I was supposed to watch.
I don't remember what it was either.
Yeah.
Ken probably does.
Okay, so what do you think? This was the film that broke up Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston.
I know, I kept making so many jokes about it during my watch of it. But I really liked it though. It might be the best one that you've given me. It's not like it might be, it definitely is.
I thought you would enjoy Super Troopers more than you did, though.
I thought I would too. But Mr. and Mrs. Smith was a pretty good movie. Yeah, a bit long in the beginning part, but it was fine. I was still able to get into it. A lot of fun.
Yeah, they actually had good chemistry.
I guess that's why they got together.
As they
Who knew?
build up this weird sexual tension in the beginning between two of Hollywood's quote unquote sexiest people.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, they can't figure this out.
Yeah, there was a point. Weirdly enough, the setup takes like 40 minutes long to get to what the actual story is, and those 40 minutes is them being like, "Oh, we're not having the best love life, and our marriage is falling apart." And I'm like, those two beautiful people would never be in this. Well, I guess not never, because I think they did get divorced.
They did get divorced.
But yeah, they had good times.
Yeah.
But they had a lot more good times than they did in the movie. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So it lasted a lot longer. So I guess it's a bit of a mixed bag. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're watching the movie with your significant other. You're like, they can't figure out what chance do we have here?
Exactly. They're gorgeous.
I mean,
I'm ugly.
You're great and everything,
work?
but come on.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it was a really good movie. Really good flick.
Nice.
You
Nice.
got Vince Vaughn thrown in there, which is great.
Yeah, Adam Brody too.
Yep.
It was really funny. Yeah.
We've got some good additions, lots of humor. So it's like the standard like summer blockbuster kind of film. Action.
I mean, that's pretty much all the summer blockbuster film experience that I'm going to get this year.
Yeah.
So I'll take it.
Yeah.
So if you like that one, have you seen The Killers with
Which
Katherine
is
Heigl?
Which is the C+ version.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
Mr.
where
and
is this
Mrs.
going?
and what's the other one? Come on, what's his
Ashton
name?
Kutcher?
Thank you,
Is it
Ashton Kutcher.
Oh, well, I do like Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, that should be your next one, and then it would be a good like comparison contrast.
All right.
To say
All
this
right.
is what a movie looks like when they spend $100 million. This is what it looks like when they spend 50 and hire Katherine Heigl.
Yeah.
What two people can we get that's good looking, but they're not as good looking as Brad Pitt and Angelina
And
Jolie?
then after that, you should watch Night and Day with Tom Cruise and why can't I remember?
Was it Katie Holmes?
Every time
No.
you forget a name, you have to take a drink.
Man.
So you owe us 2 drinks.
Cameron Diaz. I was getting there. I was getting there. The drink helped.
You owe us 1 for Ashton Kutcher.
So it
too.
sounds like that one's the B+ version of Mr. and Mrs. Smith,
Yeah.
and then the Ashton Kutcher one is the C+ version.
Yep.
All
So
right. I'll go The Killers first, and then I'll
Yeah.
do Night
Night
and
and
Day,
Day.
right? Okay.
yeah,
That way, hopefully, that last one is kind of like a balance between the two.
Night and Day is good. I do enjoy it, and I like Killers, but I like Katherine Heigl in movies, not probably in real life, but in movies.
Yeah.
Oh,
And Gerard Butler.
And Gerard Butler.
Yeah, I should make you watch The Ugly Truth. That's Katherine Heigl and
I was
Gerard
about to
Butler.
ask, didn't I already? But the weeks kind of blend together after a while.
No, you watched P.S. I Love You.
That's,
It's just Gerard Butler.
that's right. That's what I did watch.
Somebody else. That was the better one than Ken said that you wouldn't appreciate The Ugly Truth.
I agree.
Gerard Butler only appreciated the paycheck he got from The Ugly Truth. There was no point he was like, that was really worth my time and energy.
There's girls wrestling in Jello in the movie.
I appreciate Ken's
It's probably
honesty.
fun to see.
I appreciate Ken's honesty when it comes to movies, because I know, like, when you describe a movie to me, I can go over to him and be like, tell it to me straight. Like, shit, is it worth it?
I always tell you my honest opinion. I would never
I
give
love
you a
that. movie
movie that I don't enjoy myself.
I love that you do, but I also love Ken's honest opinion, because it correlates better with what I like.
That is probably very true.
So is that all we got today, then?
We
That
have
long
to
list of
select Cody's
changes.
movie for next week, which I have decided to give her a break and not go through
Can I
one of
just-
these.
Can we just watch fun movies?
They are
That's why I
fun.
found a
Okay.
science fiction one that you hadn't seen on the list that I think you would enjoy,
Okay.
Ooh.
which is real Harrison Ford in Blade Runner. Was not on your list.
Oh, I gotta watch the original Blade Runner.
Yeah, that's
And-
not a bad version.
And it's actually on Netflix. It'll be that I know for sure it'll be easy to get. So there you go.
Yeah. So there's
Okay.
something you can watch that's not gonna put you out to sea. You know, you're gonna
I'll watch it and then I'll decide if it's worth bringing it into the theaters as a repertory product because it is available from Warner's right
If
now.
I could see the original Blade Runner in the screen, easy. I would totally do that.
Yeah.
Kyle and one other person will be at your theater.
Yeah.
Hey, at least they'll be.
For your booking of Blade Runner.
Hopefully, they won't be far apart, or hopefully they will be far apart and not have one of those weird people who like loves to sit weirdly close to you when
Well,
they
they
don't know you.
can't. They can't.
They would try.
Social distancing.
Those weird people will try. I know it.
Because Kyle is that person. He's like, hey guys, how's it going? Why don't you move with me?
When it's far from the opposite. Get away from me. Social distancing or not, I don't want any part of it.
Kyle was social distancing before it was cool.
Exactly. Like at first when this all started, I was like, this is easy.
Yeah.
Now I'm over it, but
How was your wedding, Kyle? Kyle's gone last week
He
to
went
a wedding.
to a wedding.
Yeah, he went
Yeah,
to
it's
a
not
wedding.
my
How was
wedding.
the
How
wedding
was-
you participated
How was your
in?
wedding?
Yeah.
Speaking of Blade Runner, how's your wedding?
Speaking of Rutger Hauer,
No, it was a good time. I mean, you can only do so much with social distancing and make it as normal as possible. But no, it was really fun. Got to see a lot of friends I haven't seen in a while. And,
Nice.
you know, made the most out of weird situation by having a nice celebration. So it was good.
Good. Nice. What did we do? We worked. That's right.
What did we do?
I'm like, what did we do, Ken?
Did we go to a wedding?
we mulched.
We mulched. We have
So much freaking mulch.
so much landscaping to do. After they did the addition on our house, they just destroyed my yard. So we're trying to put it back together and so much mulch.
Every day we're mulching.
Yeah.
So I take you guys mulched then.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I wish it was some sort of a metaphor for something else, but it's literally just wood chips in plastic bags.
Open, dump. Open, dump.
Dump is right. All right. Let's wrap this baby up.
All
So
right.
what are your plans for this weekend?
To
We're not wrapping
Cody's
up
talking
yet.
to somebody.
I need to just talk to somebody.
Talk to me.
how are you? I don't know what I'm doing this weekend, but hopefully keep on social distancing away from people because people are weird.
Yeah. Are they getting weird out there? I haven't been out in public, as
There's
you can
always they're coming out even more. They're sprouting out all over the place.
tell. Yuck. We're gonna go.
Yuck.
Not this weekend, but in the next month. I think we're taking the month of August semi off, and we're gonna work from the cabin. So that's gonna be interesting. We'll still come in to do podcasts.
I was gonna say, don't tell the listeners that you won't be around. We'll
No.
still get you some episodes.
Yeah, no, we're coming in to do the podcast, but I don't know if I'll be able to watch movies. So just warning you.
Same old, same old.
Yep.
Let's wrap this up as any level-headed podcast would. Kyle, let's do some
Fine.
rapid-fire psychology type questions to Cody.
Okay.
Cody, if you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
Aspen or evergreen. No, sequoia. I want to be really, really tall and live forever. A redwood.
Did you just name 3 different trees?
Yeah, I worked through them in my mind, and I landed on redwood. But the sequoia version that gets really tall.
This will be a fun one. Favorite color? Go.
Oh, green.
What's your favorite kind of cookie?
Oh, I like Grandma Lila cookies.
Any place you could travel. First place pops in your head.
Scotland,
Favorite United States state?
Montana, obviously where I live.
Second favorite United States state?
Iowa. Gave birth to Ken.
Favorite United States capital.
The capital of the United States.
City, I meant,
Washington
but-
D.C. Yes, that's my
City, I meant,
favorite.
but yes, you can name that one too.
Okay.
Vermont, 1 through 10. Rank it. Go.
Vermont. What?
Rank it. 1 through 10. Go.
I'm gonna say number 4 because it is a state I want to visit.
All right. Say goodbye, Cody.
Okay, goodbye. Thank you.
Have a great week, everybody.
Yep, take care.